Hi, welcome to Let's Dream Again with Michelle. I have a little bit of flu today, but I'm recording this anyway. Yes, just for consistency. That's one of my new challenges is to keep telling myself I am consistent. I am consistent. And I just do it no matter what. All right, let's get into the episode. Today we are on renewing your mind, part three. The title is Do Not Give Up. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Let's Dream Again with Michelle. I'm so glad you're here today. We've been on this journey of renewing our minds, and in the last two episodes, we've talked about how the mind is a battlefield and how renewing your mind is not optional. It's necessary for real transformation. And today we're talking about something that might be the most important part of this entire process. Do not give up. Don't give up. Let's be honest. Renewing your mind sounds good. It feels inspiring. It makes sense when you hear it. But actually doing it, that's where it gets hard because you can't change years of thinking overnight. You can't undo patterns that have been built over time in one day. And sometimes when we don't see immediate results, we start to feel discouraged. We think, um, why am I still struggling with the same thoughts? Like, why does this feel so hard? Maybe this just isn't working for me. But here's what you need to understand: struggle does not mean failure, it means you're in the process. So, failure is not actually a bad thing, it just means you're in the process. Renewing your mind is not a one time decision, it's a daily practice, a daily choice to challenge all patterns, a decision, like a daily decision to think differently. It's also a commitment again to growth, even when it's uncomfortable. And yes, there will be days when you feel like you're making progress, um days when you catch negative thoughts quickly, days when you feel more in control, days when your thinking feels clearer and lighter. But there will be also days when old thoughts come back like strong, days when you feel like you've gone backwards, days when you feel like it's easier to just believe the negative voice anyway. And in those moments, that's where this message matters most. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. At that point, that's what you should be thinking, you know? And then growth is not always visible, change is not always immediate. But every time you choose to challenge a negative thought, every time you choose every time you choose to not believe in a lie, every time you pause and become aware, you are making progress. Even if you can't see it yet, think about it like this, né? If you were going to the gym for the first time, you wouldn't expect to see results in one day. You wouldn't say, well, I worked out once and nothing changed, so I'm quitting today. It didn't work out. No, that's not what you're going to say. So you understand that growth takes consistency. Just like gym, you're not going to see results in one day. That strength is built over time. Renewing your mind works the same way. You are training your mind, you are building new patterns, you are strengthening your ability to think differently. And just like physical training, there will be resistance. Like your old thoughts will try to pull you back, your old habits will try to reappear because they're familiar. Remember, this was their home, this is where they were comfortable. But then, but familiar doesn't mean better. And familiar doesn't mean you have to stay there. You are allowed to outgrow your old thinking. You are allowed to move beyond the patterns that once defined you. You are allowed to become someone who thinks differently, responds differently, and lives differently. But it requires one thing: consistency. Like, not perfection, not getting it right every time, but showing up again and again, like choosing again and again, trying again and again, trying. Like, it's not about perfection, guys, and you must expect that you're gonna stumble here and there. And it's not about that. Because every time you choose to not give up, you are weakening the old patterns and strengthening the new ones. There's something powerful about persistence. Like, it's loud. It's not always visible. I mean, it's not loud and it's not always visible, but it's so effective. And I want to remind you something today. You are closer than you think, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if the progress seems slow, even if you still have days where you struggle. The fact that you are aware and the fact that you are trying, the fact that you are showing up and choosing growth, that matters. So don't let frustration convince you to quit. Don't let slow progress discourage you. What else? Don't let one bad day make you forget how far you've come. Instead, remind yourself this is a process. I am growing. I will not give up, because the only way you truly lose this battle is if you stop fighting. And you're not someone who quits. Oh no. You are someone who is learning, someone who is growing, someone who is becoming stronger, and one thought at a time. So today your focus is simple. Keep going. That's it. Even if it's messy, even if it's slow, even if it feels repetitive or boring, keep going. Keep noticing your thoughts, keep challenging what isn't true, keep choosing differently, because over time, those small choices will create a big change. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode on Let's Dream Again with Michelle. In our next episode, we're going to step into a new section and talk about different types of mindsets that can keep us stuck. Starting with what's called the wilderness mentality. Until then, stay consistent, stay patient with yourself, and do not stop dreaming. Thank you very much. Bye. Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share with anyone you feel needs to hear this message. Thank you. Bye.